Let's go.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the
Sorry.
We're Not Talking About That
We're not
podcast.
talking about that.
We are your hosts. I am Gabe.
I'm Gordon.
I'm Terry. Tebow.
Tebow.
Sometimes.
And today, on episode 3, we're going to talk about mosquitoes and what would happen if we killed them all.
Now, I looked this up. You know that this is not eradicating entire species is never a good idea. I think there's a lot of people, but I think we all
No.
would love to.
I don't
Well,
think
it's-
anybody likes mosquitoes, but
Dragonflies do.
Yeah. See?
do they?
Yeah,
If
you
you
screw up the
travel-
dragonflies, and they got to go find something else to eat. We're going to find out who eats lanternflies. That's what I'd like to know.
Dragonflies.
Dragonflies
got it,
eat
right?
Well, apparently a lot of people are snacking on the lanternflies that are taking over the. Somebody had said they'd seen one. They'd finally seen one in California, so they're here.
They're not happy
What is
about
a
that. That's
I
what
don't even know what a lanternfly is.
You got to be kidding me, dude! It's like a big deal.
it
Big
is.
deal where?
So are the
Look at
fruit flies here. They're bombing us.
They're an invasive species, and I finally I saw it first on Reddit. They were like, kill if you see one, kill it, kill them all, because they eat up all the crops and all the stuff. They eat plants and destroy things, and they're
Do they
here.
have a certain look that you would know.
Oh,
they were
absolutely,
different than other
absolutely.
flies.
Well,
Well,
you know who said that was the Adolf Hitler bug said that. He did. And then he said, kill all those lantern
Yes.
flies.
Yeah, right. So as I did learn this week doing research for this, that it's called specioside or something. I
See
have it
these
written
guys?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wow,
I've
those
seen
are
them.
ugly. Are those
The,
eyes on top of it?
No, there's spots on the wings, and then they have lines at the bottom of the wings. These are highly identifiable, like immediately, you know what that is. And underneath those wings, there's a little pair of red wings, bright red wings.
Like a lantern.
Yeah.
Well,
Look
Ew.
at these. Yeah, we're spotted lanternflies. There's spotted lanternfly in Pennsylvania. Look at them grouping on a tree. This is how they do.
oh my God.
Yeah,
So the picture you're showing us is like
there's a bunch of them
Tree.
sitting on a tree.
infesting a tree.
Yeah,
Well,
here's one. I'll
And they look like
here's one. I'll
the tree
spread
looks
out. You see how they look underneath with the red and
Oh,
the
yeah.
black
looks like
tips?
a moth.
It
not
kind of looks like a
fly.
moth, but they call it a spotted lanternfly.
That's kind of pretty. I mean,
That's why I say it's a shame. It's an invasive species because it's kind of cool looking. But
Yeah, I guess
so
they eat
we
everything.
got to kill
Well,
all the pretty things.
I didn't. Well, mosquitoes, on the other hand, are kind of not pretty unless you're maybe a bug person.
And into long noses, yeah.
Okay, well, let me start with the my wife's quote on this. As you know, if you've listened to our podcast before, my wife is a Earth System Science graduate researcher at a major university here in
major
California, where we live.
University.
Major university.
And
She
it's
said-
good because every episode so far, I'm learning a little more about your wife.
Yeah, which
At
is
first, it was
interesting.
very vague, like some chick researched at a major university, and then
She's,
it's like,
she's an
what?
interesting
Here we go.
person, and maybe we'll do an episode
Indeed.
on her someday. But
We will.
Her quote about the mosquitoes is, "If you kill all the mosquitoes, you're changing the ecosystem." So I
Yes.
thought that was important.
Gabe's wife, Earth Systems Science graduate researcher at a major,
She
Yeah.
is. She is a mathematician.
changed to Earth Sciences, but
and
yeah,
she's now Earth System Science.
she does math
graduate
with letters and
Yeah,
weird,
without numbers.
weird
They don't
symbols.
use
They don't
numbers.
use numbers anymore.
And it's so weird because when I'm looking at this whole mosquito thing, there is a total formula on the degrees that you need to bring these mosquitoes down to sterilize them and stuff like that. And it's a whole it's just math. That's all it is. Once
Well, it
again,
is.
I
It's
think
all
she's
that
doing the
is
right
math.
thing.
So I
That's
took the
infected.
liberty of making
Nasty.
a collage of various mosquito images.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are listening and not watching, there's a close up of a mosquito with like an electron microscope where you could see its composite eyes, and it looks pretty mean. And then there's a couple of them eating people, or sucking blood. There's
Is that them on someone's legs?
Yeah, this
yeah,
poor
that's
bastard
them
is going to have the itches. Something fierce.
covering somebody's legs in that one.
Well, they're going to get malaria for sure. I mean, the statistics there, that's probably 300
And
mosquitoes.
then there's those are at the bottom. You'll see larvae, and mosquitoes they grow up in water.
Oh,
So
have you seen the side squiggle they do?
Mm-hmm.
no,
Let me get
Yes.
that.
Says that. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
In the water.
In the water.
And they do a side thing.
they wiggle in the water.
They're nasty.
So we
Yeah,
want
they're
them
kinda
dead,
gross.
but we can't kill them all. But
No,
is there a sterilization event that's
There
happening?
is, yeah. I don't know if I think it goes on just about everywhere, but um, just from reading a little more in depth, like I said, there's a math problem that they've figured out that they could just say, we got to go to this many degrees Celsius, like 2 degrees Celsius, and if it's 4, then for some reason when they have mate with the females, these are the males they're doing this to. When they mate with the females, they have sterile babies. But if you go certain degrees, then it sort of kills a bunch of them too soon, and they don't want to kill everything too soon. But
right. So what you're talking about is one of the ways they've considered getting rid of all mosquitoes on Earth, which is to introduce sterilized mosquitoes that can't reproduce, so that they can't reproduce anymore, right? Is that pretty much the way that it works?
yeah,
And then there's an equation that goes with that.
It's a temperature equation. Is that what we're?
in tech.
So you gotta reduce the temperature to a certain point, and then they have different.
The male mating index for calculating at Freed's equation is that is your math problem right there. So could you snap that and ask your wife if she could figure that out for us?
Yeah, well,
Hurry up.
you could send it in the chat so that I could give it. She's not here today. She's studying
Yes, but they do even on Sundays
At a major.
at a major
at a
university.
major university in
High level
California.
studies.
Yeah, that's. But yeah, I'm sure she can solve it. I mean, she'd just be like, "Oh, that's easy."
Yeah, they're absolutely nasty. Look at
Well,
this.
yeah. So speaking of, I added this slide here, and this shows you the life cycle of a mosquito. So it starts as an egg. It has a larval stage. Those are underwater, I think, and then eventually it becomes a pupa, and then I guess it comes out of its pupa shell or whatever, and then it becomes a mosquito.
I don't even like that word pupa.
I know.
I'm just saying.
That's
That's
an
me.
ugly word.
Molting occurs between each larval and pupal stage. Wow. And it shows the male and the female, and it looks like the males have
Wieners.
antennas or something, and they're smaller, but they have some like pretty feather-like antennas, and the females just look sort of like your regular. They're the mosquitoes we think of, because the females are the only ones that
Bite
feed
us.
on us.
Yeah.
And mosquitoes are not. They're not just bloodsuckers. It's specifically for reproduction that they need to do the blood sucking. Also, interesting thing about mosquitoes that I learned was that different species of mosquitoes bite different species. So there's only some species that bite us as humans, and other ones are specifically like whatever, cows or chickens. I don't know, birds. They're pretty specific. I had no idea. I would have thought that if you were a mosquito, you'd just eat anywhere, but
You know who doesn't? You know what animal doesn't get bitten by the mosquito, though?
what's that?
The shark. So
Yes.
just
I don't
remember that.
There's not a lot of mosquitoes underwater, except for the larval ones, and I don't think that's
Yeah, but even when a shark goes walking, grab a burger or something, he's good. You don't need it. I don't need any clothes
What
or nothing.
happens is they try to penetrate, and it
Can't get through it, shark
Well,
cats.
do
Their
sharks
corpus
even
like
have
flesh.
blood?
Yes, I
Of
think they
course
do.
they have blood.
Do they?
And they
I guess
pee.
so.
Did you not know that fish
What do you mean
pee?
sharks have blood? You came from a very reputable university.
I did. And actually, did you know I was excellent at biology?
Yes, can
I had a
tell.
biology professor ask me if I wanted to study biology because I was killing it. But I don't remember. Well, you know what I did learn in biology class? Sharks don't have bones. So sharks do not have bones.
Just cartilage?
Yeah, they don't have bones. That's why you never see a shark skeleton. Have you ever seen a shark skeleton?
No,
No. That's because they don't have bones.
just the teeth.
Wait a
You
second.
only,
right.
you only get the
Wait a
choppers.
second.
Yeah.
You just see the jaws, yeah.
That's right.
That's all you get.
What am I looking at?
So moving on with
That's
our
sexy.
slides. This is
Oh.
this diagram we're looking at here shows what
Okay.
happens when you get bit by a mosquito. You know, and I think that biting is a misnomer because
It's
more
stabbing, really,
yeah,
is
you're
what
getting
it is.
stabbed and then
Probe.
sucked.
And then injected with spit. They spit, yeah.
Yeah,
they-
right.
yeah.
So in this, you could see it's like it is a pretty detailed diagram that shows how that like, and I don't know like how sharp is a mosquito, whatever it is, larynx, labium. I don't know
Well,
what
we
it's-
got to know what that stabby bit is. What is that called?
The stabby bit?
It's called
Yeah.
the stabby bit.
It's the
Isn't it
labyrinth.
the
Larynx?
the labyrinth?
The labyrinth. No, that's.
That
Oh,
was
see,
with,
no, see, they got a little
David
thing.
Bowie
There's a
was
little.
in that, wasn't he?
There's a little tube where they send down the saliva, and then there's a little
Yeah.
a different tube where they suck all the blood up in you.
So the sucky thing, whatever it is that comes out, has different parts to it. It's got a sucking thing and then like a injecting thing, because when it's got to inject like a thing so you don't feel it. It says here, why do mosquitoes bite? Only female
bristles.
mosquitoes feed on blood because it's required for egg development. The female mosquito will start to feed after landing on a person's skin. Her mouth parts contain sharp bristles and tubes. The bristles slice a hole in the skin, which allows the female mosquito to probe in the tissue until it strikes a small blood vessel or capillary. Then 2 tubes are inserted into the blood vessel or capillary with saliva flowing
So
through
it's
one tube.
probing, just
Yeah.
probing inside. Oh no,
Right.
then until it hits one.
Yeah, and the blood being sucked up through the other. The saliva acts as an anticoagulant, a blood thinner that allows blood to flow more easily. The proteins contained in the saliva cause the human immune system to react in the form of uncomfortable itching, and that's because histamines.
You're damn right it itches. That shit itches.
Shit
Yeah.
itches. It's gonna
So
make
I mean
you
now,
itch.
like, so that's what happens when you get bit by a mosquito, which I think is important to what we're talking about to understand why we hate them so much, because they make itchy bites.
Itchy bites.
But beyond that, there's a vicious cycle of disease that happens because
This is by far our sexiest show, so I'm really.
Well,
This is
Well, we're gonna give everybody a little bit of science.
Nasty.
I mean, you need to know these things, because if we're going to talk about killing an entire species, we should be educated on
Maybe we
it.
should make a Gabe's science segment, and then we can go into this kind of shit, you know. And
no. I think this week you really did your homework on all
Oh, I'm
this.
sorry,
like
I
it.
was thorough. I
Yeah,
apologize.
it's all right.
Don't feel sorry for being thorough.
Maybe I should
What
have
happened
done
last
less
week is you didn't even.
oh boy,
You
Oh
had
my
no
God.
idea that whales urinated last week.
Jesus.
You did a whole segment.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like we should know. We're going to debate, or maybe not debate, but we're going to talk about the idea.
I'm not talking
of-
about that.
of
That's
the-
not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. But we're
there's
not
no
gonna
debate
talk-
here.
But anyway, you know what?
Well, no, honestly, the debate is, honestly, I see they're decreasing populations, but I think there's other things for things to eat. I know you're not supposed to fuck with the ecosystem, but I think what we're doing is a good thing, is decreasing the population. There's no way to eradicate it, I don't think, but
Well, yeah, we could. We're people. We've eradicated all.
we
kinds
can
of
ruin
things.
things.
Yeah,
We're pretty
Where's
good
Nick?
at it.
yeah. I mean, you could. We can. I'm sure science and can
The fact that
figure
they're
out-
so small is just more of a challenge, you know. And it's
Yeah.
like you know, there
I
used to
mean,
be.
there's
Yeah,
an equation already for it, right?
yeah.
You
Somebody
already
went.
mentioned it.
Somebody got paid to figure that out, and then there it is.
Yeah, but check this out though. This diagram, because it's sort of important. Basically, what happens is that like a mosquito bites something, it gets an infection in it because it's drinking blood. Then it goes and bites something else, like and the parasite gets into that. So they're what's called vectors for disease.
Mm.
Here's another
I love the slides; they're amazing.
another
Here.
slide. So the reason that people
Major slides.
the reason that mosquitoes are the first most deadly animal on the planet to humans
Number one, son.
is because they are vectors for diseases like malaria being one of the worst. So this diagram here that we're looking at shows how malaria is spread. And so basically, I mean, it's kind of simple. This is very detailed, but it bites you, you get malaria. Malaria sucks. It's a life-threatening disease. It's mostly spread through mosquitoes. There were an estimated 247 million cases of malaria in 2021.
My neighbor got malaria when he was in Ghana
Right.
3 years ago.
Ghana is in sub-Saharan Africa, and so that's where disproportionately people get malaria in sub-Saharan Africa. So that's and here are the symptoms of malaria: headache, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, chills, fever, and muscle aches. And then in this, they also have a crossed out mosquito that looks mean. And
yeah,
I think this is pretty funny infographic because these look like little cartoon character people, but they all have malaria. All the various.
Very sad.
It's very sad. They're probably going to.
Most of these, some of these people are going to die.
Yeah, well, actually, malaria is treatable, but
yeah, I said some. Yeah,
some of them.
My neighbor didn't die.
No, likely. So now that we've learned about, sorry about all the science, but now that we've learned about it,
yes.
The question is, what would happen if we killed all
Most
the
of them.
mosquitoes?
Speciocide.
So it's not genocide. We're all used to that word because that means killing, some variety of people. But speciocide,
a generation.
It would be killing all of a species. So people being a species, if we killed all the people, or if mosquitoes killed all of us, it would be speciocide. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about killing all the mosquitoes. So,
yes. And how possible is that? Well, there's an equation.
There's an equation. And so there's a few, these are some articles that T-Bone pulled up, that I pulled up. And one of the most simple ones to understand is the one in the middle of this diagram here. What if we totally eradicated mosquitoes from Earth? And what's really interesting about the article here is that it was from an exterminator.
That's from an exterminator?
Yeah.
You like exterminators?
I mean, not really. I try not to.
Most of them are assholes.
But USA Today had it. But I mean, the gist of it, and I don't know if you guys read any of this stuff, is that a lot of animals eat mosquitoes.
They do.
A lot. Mosquitoes do things like pollination the same way bees do. Not
you know, frogs like mosquitoes, and fucking I don't care about fucking frogs either.
No, he does not.
No.
They can disappear too.
So a lot of species depend on mosquitoes, and we also don't know what would happen if we eliminated an entire species like that. I mean, we know what happens; they go extinct, and when things go extinct, it leaves like a hole in the cycle of life.
Dude, is that what Trent Reznor was talking about? In 9 Inch Nails?
What?
That song just got a lot deeper for me. Some 9 Inch Nails shit. Anyway. Different day, different subject. I'm not talking about that.
So
I'm a
I don't know.
rich.
I don't know. Okay. I'm under the opinion that you should not eradicate entire species if you can help it. I mean, we've gotten rid of things like the dodos. I mean, they say that
I
like
don't think we meant to do that, did we? Or maybe did we change something
no. I mean,
that caused that?
we've meant to do it a lot of times. We've practically done it to elephants, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, when they're cute animals, then we think,
Well,
oh,
it's just a little harder.
Yeah.
There's people that don't give a shit about that. I know that there's a species of a pigeon that used to fly. They used to
Right.
darken the skies, and everybody shot at them and ate them. They ate them all. Ate every last one of them.
Yeah.
There was a lot of them, and all the people, earlier settlers.
Yeah, wasn't it the carrier pigeon or something?
I don't remember which one it was, but it is
Yeah.
definitely.
I don't know. Somebody can.
I was reading something here about the beginning of Halloween, since that's where we're at right now. We should
We
probably.
are really
Yeah.
close
This
to Halloween.
is Halloween. We are 2 days away.
It's
3
Halloween,
days.
2 days away. Yeah.
3
2
days.
days.
2 days.
It's the 29th today.
Yeah.
Today is the 29th.
Already.
Oh wow, sure it is. Well, that's I don't think we should do it. If anybody
No.
else has
I mean, but are you okay with maintaining the population? I mean, it has to be maintained. We can't. They're starting to overpopulate. Like I told you guys, I believe briefly this week too. I sent you a text about the fruit fly issue we're having here. Did you guys
Yeah.
read anything about that?
No,
Like
I
they're
heard.
fucking spraying this whole area.
Well, they were
That-
dropping fruit flies too. Like, were they
Yeah,
sterile
same.
fruit flies?
Yeah,
they're
that's
dropping
what they're
the sterile
doing.
Ones.
We're having a serious issue here, and I think I was just looking at. I always look at these lists because I've talked about this a couple of times, but I have other rodent issues too, and I think L.A. just jumped like onto number 2. I hope everything's okay in there. Just jumped to number 2 on the list and took the rat population. Used to be like New York City was the worst. Remember we were talking when you were out there a couple of years ago, Gordon,
Yeah.
about they have teams of guys with dogs that go out at night and hunt rats. That's how bad the situation is out there.
Wow.
I think they get little tokens for turning in a rat too, and you get little discounts at fucking.
And they're
I don't
big,
know.
man. They're big.
Those
It's just, and they're just everywhere. And they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
But yeah, so LA has just jumped up, but it was another thing about talking about trying to sterilize some of the rats to this.
Knock it down. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I
guess
agree. We're messing with God's plan, but we can't let things
what's-
overpopulate.
Yeah, but it like I don't know. I think I mean, there's a lot of people too ruining the planet, ruining everything. Should we get rid of people? Like, it's a slippery slope. You know what I mean?
But the rats have rights. God damn it! And
Well,
should be able
I
to.
mean,
I
I'm
should
just
be able to
saying.
eat this half a deli sandwich if I want to, and not be slaughtered by some asshole trying to, who's thinks I look repugnant. I think I look pretty good.
I
But,
just think that it's a slippery slope
Be
to
good.
Yeah.
start killing things.
Well,
Maybe there's deterrents you could use. Maybe we could try and make friends with the rats and mosquitoes. I don't know. We
I
The
have
don't
a
know.
lot of
rats understand they're a bit smarter. They just watch us.
they
well,
do.
we
Fucking
might be able
watch
to
us.
start. We might be able to talk to animals soon because I read an article about how they want to use, and I don't know how reputable this information is. Because I
It
saw
wasn't
the article on
researched
Reddit.
at a major university.
No, it was Reddit, so
Oh,
it's not
that's the same thing.
peer reviewed. But
It's pretty much preschool.
yeah. Apparently, they're going to do something like they're going to try to use AI to figure out what crows and dolphins are saying.
I read about this too. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, a
I hope
little
it's
bit.
not just a scam that or whatever.
No, and there's all these little uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
One of two things have happened. Someone got a venereal disease or someone's pregnant.
So yeah, we
There
won't. We
should
don't
be a
have to do
sound
this now.
effect
I
with
just
this, right?
changed
Boing.
slides just because that one was getting boring. So, but no, we don't have to do this yet. But I do have a surprise for you guys
Okay.
because I send you the slide deck every week, but I know you don't look at it.
I didn't
So-
look this week. No,
I didn't.
So
I love your organization though, dude.
Yeah,
You
it is awesome. But no,
you've moved to a new level.
Uh,
The season is paying off.
hey, get an education, go to a Cal State school. You'll be happy you did.
And buy a supercomputer.
And
They'll
you can
give you
get
bags of
you
money.
can get 2 supercomputers like I have.
Yes.
2
And make
And a
one as a doorstop. That's all it is.
Yeah,
The
I
other
just
one-
look at one of them once in a while
Yeah.
just to be like, I have this.
Yeah.
And then I throw it in the garbage. I didn't even turn it on because I'm so wealthy from CSUN money. Yeah, I have a
Satchel.
surprise. We
What
don't
the
have
hell
to
were we
do it
getting
now.
on about?
I think we should continue to talk about the this species aside.
So I was walking the dog this morning, and we went around a corner, and we came under this tree. There must have been 10 squirrels up there, all barking and chatting. You know how they do? And their tails
Squirrel
whipping around, and just getting pissed. They were
Fucking
pissed because
squirrel selling
nobody bothers with squirrels. Squirrels are cute. I don't want
They
to
are.
kill squirrels. But if there was rats up in a tree, biting at you,
Same
Rats
thing, yeah,
can-
rat squirrels.
yeah.
I mean,
But those are
that's
cute.
What I'm saying. It's
Rats are quiet. Keep to themselves. We're not fucking unless they're in your house. You don't usually have squirrels in your house eating your bread, eating a whole tunnel in your bread, right, Timo?
Chose bread.
Yeah,
I think rats are also vectors for disease.
absolutely.
But so are squirrels, and so are like raccoons are the worst. Like
Yeah, but see,
And-
squirrels don't want to live inside our houses and interact with us. They're fine being outside, running around a tree, and we're pretty much okay with that. But if they started coming inside and middle of the night, you see a squirrel.
That they're a bit too loud and clumsy. Squirrels know how clumsy and loud they are. To where rats pretty sleek and sly and
well, rats are
I think
very
a little more
intelligent.
clever.
They're
Yeah.
very intelligent animals. I mean, they're extremely intelligent.
That's what I'm saying. They're sitting there fucking watching us, dude.
Yeah.
And then when everything calms down after like 3-4 months of fucking sitting there watching us in the shadows, and then they're like, all right, right around here, it's okay to come out. And
Oh yeah,
this is what I'll do because
Put
I
it
put
together.
fucking cameras out. I see what's going on.
No, rats are
Yeah.
smart. I had 2 pet rats when I was a teenager. They were great,
What were
Really
their
smart.
names?
really nice.
Names.
One of them I named Taliesin, which ended up turning into Tally. The other one's name was Bob, and I actually got it when I was hitchhiking around California as sort of a hippie, and some deadhead gave it to me because he couldn't take care of it anymore.
Oh, that's right. Gabe was you were on the trail with the dead for a while, weren't you?
Well, I mean, I went to a couple Dead shows, and
You actually ended up in Eugene, didn't you? Where my family is right now.
I did. I ended up in Eugene in a parking
With
lot.
sandals on and a backpack, and
I'm not even sure I still had a backpack.
Say all that again. Say all that stuff again. We got a little song going.
yeah, he was. Gabe went on the road. It was. I remember you telling me about this. You went on the road with the dead, and
Not really
how many?
so I
You were a
was
parking
hitchhiking-
lot person, right?
Yeah, I was basically hitchhiking around, and that's like at that time, which was
Can I hit your
early-
chillum, bro? Let me hit your chillum.
There was chillums, yeah, there were chillums. If you don't know what a chillum is,
Explain the
it's a
chillum.
marijuana pipe that is I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's you put it in your hands like this, and if you can see what I'm doing right now, and it sticks out of the top. But the whole thing is the reason you use a chillum is because you don't want to get other people's mouth diseases and like.
Oh, so you're actually touching your hand, not the pipe.
right.
right?
That's the whole thing about a chillum.
Well, that makes sense. That's
yeah.
very, that's very conscious of everybody around there. It's just,
Yeah, but now you know why they reek like weed so badly because they were
if you're
chilling.
if you're scumming around the parking lot of a dead show, you don't know.
I
They're
I've
worried
been-
about mouth disease. It doesn't sound like
No,
anybody
no.
was washing their hands.
no. And but the thing about it, the whole thing of like
They
I
don't
could-
wash their hands.
I could never do the kinds of things I did when I was a kid anymore. I can't even smoke weed anymore because the few times I have in more recent years, I
Dude,
just
that's
freak
because
out.
you went hard. Moderation. Nice and easy.
I just become paranoid now. And
Slow
now,
down.
you don't have to like call somebody on the phone and their pager or whatever like you used to, but now you just go into a store and buy it, which is
Shit, you could fucking go on your phone and just say, "Please bring this to my
I
house."
know.
Yeah.
I know. So
And
of
everything's
course, when
so
I
everything's so
keep everything.
friggin' strong now.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like I don't even know how people deal with that kind of crap.
It's
I
easy.
these days I
Yeah.
drink a lot of
Moderation.
sparkling
Moderation.
water.
Yes.
Kirkland.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
habitually.
that's basically.
There's
Oh,
always
I did discover something
That
I
goes in
really
my
like.
vodka.
Yeah, I'll have a drink once, but I have something I like better than anything. Celsius energy drinks. Have you guys tried those?
No.
Crazy.
sounds cold.
They're so good. I'm sure they put crack in them. Like they must sprinkle just a tiny bit of crack in them because
What makes them good?
they're I don't know. They like you feel good after you have it. It has like vitamin B and it has like 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
lot.
even know if that's a lot. I just was giving you effect.
No, it is a
So
lot
you
because I
know,
think coffee is like 60, like
excuse
a
me,
cup of coffee. So
is how many milligrams?
60, I think, is a cup of coffee.
And you're talking 200. And what's a Red Bull have?
I think they have about the same. It's about the same as a Red Bull. The Celsius is just.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't need to
it's
drink a Red Bull or a day. That's not needed.
no.
Coffee.
I don't drink Celsius every day. I just kind of like it. I was drinking it every day.
Do you drink coffee as well?
I do drink coffee.
Didn't
I just
remember.
started something. This called this product. I had it in here. It's a mushroom coffee
Oh my
from
god!
this
I heard
company
about
called
this.
Om.
What the fuck?
It tastes just
Why?
like coffee, but now it's got all those kinds of mushroom things in it. I just had the first cup today. I got a couple of packets from Whole Foods. Put it in there.
You go to Whole Foods?
It's not bad. I
Are
did
you
yesterday.
tripping balls right now,
Me a hippie?
Root Man?
Dude.
You tripping
No, wait a
balls?
second. Hang on a second. I want to talk about this because there are no hippies in Whole Foods, and there may be two of them. The rest of those people are high-toned
those are
sons of
old.
bitches. They're high-toned sons of bitches. Those people are the most impatient, nasty, actually, spiritual assholes that you'll ever meet. I mean, you go in there and the energy level is fucking off the chain. People, me first, I, me. That's all there.
It's all the mushroom coffee and spirulina they're fucking snorting.
Dude, those people, God, you got to kind of suit up to get into a Whole Foods over here, at least, anyways. I don't know where it's. Yeah, dude, it's like you got to fucking spiritually guard yourself from what's about to happen to you because you're gonna get shoved. And
Yeah, you got the guru outfit, dude.
I do not go to Whole Foods.
I'll walk in a Jesus robe and see if it makes a difference. Maybe it does.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I shop at Walmart and Costco almost.
Yeah. I'm usually a Ralph's guy, but we had a couple of things like Ralph's doesn't have. Stephanie needed castor oil for some reason, so and of course Ralph's.
Who's a castor? They still make that?
What
Yes,
are you?
they do.
Are you punishing a child in
They
1820?
do.
Why do you need castor oil?
If you don't eat your meat.
Why are you buying castor oil? What the fuck?
I don't know.
That's how you used to punish
Wait,
kids.
no,
Make
come
them
on.
teaspoons
I
of
say
castor oil.
I had to go buy castor oil and then not
There's a
say
reason.
why.
There's a reason.
Is it an embarrassing reason?
Well, it says no. It's a sinus infection thing. You got to put a little bit of that. She's got one of those neti pot things, that's kind of a
Yeah.
nasal
I had a neti
to,
pot.
to drain out, and apparently
Yeah.
that helps out. So
I didn't
it's,
know you could put that in your neti pot. I really liked
Yeah.
mine when I was using it, but I got too lazy.
it helps
Also,
with things.
with neti pots, you can't use regular water because you might get a brain amoeba or something. So you have to.
You got to
use
go
that
distilled
water. Yeah, that's.
I know for a fact a neti pot is a man-made thing. God did not want us to do that. He would have. There's no way that thing is made of plastic. You know it, and I know it. DuPont's
Yeah.
a bunch of assholes too.
She's she's on a whole thing like clean out her nasal stuff. She's got the
That's
operation coming up.
I felt good with doing that myself.
Castor oil?
No, not castor oil. Neti pots.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you could put
Yeah.
castor oil
Oh,
into
good.
them.
Yeah, I've done it before. I'm just kidding.
I put some kind of salt in mine, like a deionized salt.
Yeah, but that's what exactly what you said always freaks me out about that. If you're giving yourself the possibility to have some type of weird little worm in your fucking brain, and I'm out.
I don't.
So I don't
do
go swimming
not
anymore. Pretty much
swim
just
in any
right here.
fresh water. None. I will not go into fresh water.
We're gonna do a callback to how the ocean is a fucking toilet. You don't go swimming anymore, right, Timon? You don't. I know people that go in the
I
ocean, but
honestly haven't been.
I wouldn't walk
Uh,
into that.
I
You don't do
did
fresh
go.
water, Gabe?
I was in
I
Hawaii
will not do
recently.
fresh. I will
Couple
not
months.
go into fresh water. I don't even swim in pools because people pee in them.
Oh yeah.
So, like, I just don't swim anymore.
Trust me, dude. I did in 2009, I think, when everything. Remember when I moved out of town, T-Bone? Moved out up there. I got a little job as a maintenance technician at an apartment complex, and one of my jobs was to fix the pool every weekend. I would leave on Friday and come back Monday, and the whole place would be green. There'd be half the water in the hot tub, and it would be a certain color, and then the pool would be a certain color, and there would be amounts of chemicals that would be needed to rectify all of the sweat and the crap coming off of everybody. You know, you don't do it.
You don't want to
Just
have.
don't do
You do not like. There's no reason to go swimming.
And the people get in the jacuzzi with each other. It's like they think it's like sexy to like have sex in the jacuzzi or something. They're like the nastiest shit you want to do.
Also, people.
I'm gonna get into a bowl of soup and fuck around inside of that. What you know?
People die
yeah.
in jacuzzis. Ah,
Yeah, I'd come back on Monday going, oh, what happened?
today it just announced Matthew Perry. From
Yeah.
Friends show. He
passed
died.
away.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know how?
Jacuzzi.
No,
He drowned in his jacuzzi.
Drowned in his jacuzzi.
What the fuck? Don't go swimming, people. Don't do it. There's no reason for
how
it.
big is your jacuzzi?
I mean, he's a star. His jacuzzi's probably as big as my house.
I saw a picture. Last picture he posted on Instagram was actually him in his jacuzzi. He's got like one of those infinity jacuzzis, and you can see the city, you know, like over the edge of it.
Okay.
He's way up on a hill with a jacuzzi. There's like a glass sides to it. Some, you know, it's nice. But yeah,
And that's the jacuzzi he died in?
Yeah, but it killed
I guess
him
so.
like
You
a
have-
mosquito.
they say he might have had a heart attack and slid right down in, man, and that's it. Slide under it.
God, dude.
You know?
And he's young.
Well,
He's young. He's our
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, he's
Young guy.
exactly my age. Exactly
Yeah.
my
is
age.
he really?
Is that
Yeah,
really?
54.
Wow.
Yeah. How old are you now, Gabe?
49.
49. Oh, you son of a bitch. You're somebody next. When's your birthday, you bastard? We got to do something.
Well, I know we're gonna have a big party. I have to have a 50.
We have to. We have
I'm
to do
50
something.
Party. Yeah, we did for yours,
Wow.
so we will. We will. I just have
Yeah.
to find a venue where we can.
That was a fun party. That was the loosest
Yeah.
thrown together T-bone backyard party. It was awesome.
That was great. It was freaking.
It
Yeah,
was.
that was a good one. We had a little one last night with some of the neighbors.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You take
Little
down some scotch? A little scotch?
I went 75% of a bottle, not too bad. I leisurely
Yes.
sipped through.
Okay.
Nice.
Well done. Well
It was
done.
it was a half a martini is what I like to call it.
Well, yeah.
Half a-
Nowadays, I only have half a martini on Fridays.
That's what I had, a half a martini.
I had
Yeah.
three. I had 3 half martinis last night.
I usually do a bottle and a half.
That's
So.
really. Oh,
Well, you're a tall guy too. I'm
Yeah.
smaller than you guys.
I'm a vodka guy. I do a lot of that, you know. But I drink the soda water with the vodka. That's what I do.
I'm
And
gin.
you know, stay hydrated.
I call that the kit, but you call it the setup, I think.
Yeah,
I've always called it the kit.
Get a setup.
You're like,
My
no,
s-
it's called the setup.
No, my setup used to include a club soda with a dash of like fruit
Cranberry
punch.
or-
Fruit punch. It was fruit punch, soda, and that's it. Now I've eliminated the fruit punch. We just straight soda water and
Well,
vodka.
you
That's going.
that's because that was the bad part of it
And it keeps my skin good.
for you.
It
Yeah.
does.
Uh,
Yeah, that's bad for you. All that sugar. Drink all the vodka, but the sugar you got to take out
Oh,
there.
well, that's why I only have gin with olive juice. I don't have any sugar. It's
Gin
just-
with olive juice.
Yeah,
You
well,
do that once a week? Flushes
dirty
you out?
martinis. Yeah, I mean,
That's a half
martini.
a half a martini.
a half of a dirty martini. Yeah,
Dirty.
half a
Oh,
martini
you
to
go-
me is 2 ounces of gin and then a half an ounce of olive juice, and sometimes I'll look at the vermouth. Give it a
I just look at it.
You just introduce it, and
Just
they're just
spin bottle
wave
the
it.
other way.
vermouth. Yeah, I'd like you to meet
Spin
martini.
that bottle.
Yeah, sometimes
What,
I'll put a little spritz of vermouth, but that's about it.
What was the scotch you got into last night, T-Bone? What'd you get?
My normal. I do the
The Glen?
The,
Glenfiddich? Glenlivet?
Wow.
Limit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's classy.
Cash
I
could do
don't
it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a 12-year.
I just had a good oven
Yes.
that I just finished.
That's one
That
of my
was
favorites right there.
Is that a
yeah.
Japanese
I
one?
got that in January for my birthday, and there's like this much left because I've been babying it because it's like I don't know, a 21 or something like that. So
Whoa.
Yeah, it's good. Good stuff. The good
it was
stuff.
given to me by my neighbors. So sweet.
Yeah.
Well, since you guys are in a good mood now, I'm going to share my surprise.
Yeah, what's our surprise here?
Yeah,
You're
what's
probably
going
going
on?
to hate it.
Okay.
Just so you know, okay?
Are you moving to LA?
Wait, no, I wish.
You getting out of the orange curtain?
I wish. Hold on, let me give a drum roll. Oh, wait, I got to make it live.
There you go.
Okay. I'm a published music artist.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
What does that get up?
Well, that's me. If the picture here that I've put of myself is me in Kazakhstan. We went to an amusement park, and that there was a guy who took pictures of you in traditional Kazakh like attire.
Dude, I'm not going to lie right now. You look great.
Thanks,
That's fantastic.
I actually
You
have
look like a warrior.
This
You
photo
look like you belong.
I have on my
A
studio,
happy warrior, but
my studio. The reason I put this picture is because I have it just above all my recording equipment because I'm a published music artist now on Spotify.
Oh God! And a CSUN graduate.
So
I mean,
two-
is
two
there any way
singles.
we can get the copyright to listen to some of that?
I
I
mean,
don't want to listen to all.
you can go to Spotify.
What is this? Is this house
Oh,
music? What is
I
it?
can't
It's,
listen right here.
It is EDM music. It's electric.
Yeah, I knew it would be. Yeah, it's dance music. You a dancer? There he
You
is.
dancer?
Gabe always wanted to be a DJ. There it is. He made his
I have
own.
a DJ rig.
I know you do.
DJ at my 50s.
We always used to fight about whether DJs were musicians or not, and they are not
They're
musicians.
not.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're not.
here we go.
They
I'm
put
not
together-
talking about that next week either.
Talk about that.
I will,
Look at him get sad. He gets sad when you say that.
because-
Phil.
don't get sad.
He gets sad.
I really
DJs are
just think
definitely musicians.
No, they're not.
DJ
They're not
DJing
musicians.
has become a lot more, a lot easier because of the. Anyway,
Do you
listen,
think-
I'm a published music artist. You can get my music. On
I'd like to talk to
Spotify.
you, but I'm published.
My Spotify has my music currently. Also, I think it's on everything. I think that it's on iTunes because
So what do you have? An album? 2 songs? Is that what it is? I'm looking at 2 songs?
singles. 2 singles.
2 singles?
Oh, 2 singles. I'm gonna have a 3rd single coming out this week, and then
Play us a clip of this wonderful dance
Well,
music.
I don't know how to do that here. I guess I could just go to Spotify.
What are you talking about?
I don't like to brag.
You have a
Oh, you don't like...
computer.
Yeah,
2 of them.
I like to
Hold on.
brag.
One's
But...
holding your door open.
I'm gonna look. Hold on. Okay. I have one called Frozen Chicken Nuggets. Let me see if I can.
Frozen chicken nuggets.
That's my first single that I released. Hold
It's
on.
very George R.R. Martin-ish, kind of.
Let me get out of this.
I can't believe this. It's just I got to hear what's going on here.
And I'm gonna share this. I want to see if you can hear it when I do this. So let me go to the screen. Okay, this is my first single on Spotify. Now, first of all, can you hear this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. You guys ready for some dope music? Published.
Oh, that dropped.
Like that?
You can smell it.
That's through the speaker on his phone. That's wonderful.
Like that?
No.
Keeps going.
It's like a,
I can't let you hear it all for free. So,
we'll pay.
I
Let me
think
get
you're
to-
going to have to pay me.
here's the next one. This is one's called Save Keys. I'll give you a little taste of it. So it's a little lower energy.
This is when all the dancing comes down a little bit. You're just kind of...
A little different vibe.
It's the old Casio.
I mean, there's a lot of different sounds. So I'm going to quit my job pretty soon and just go to this full time.
I wouldn't.
They should have never given you a computer.
Again, I
That
can't
is
let you-
atrocious.
I can't let you hear that all for free.
I
But
So wait a second. Is that one already published?
Yeah, those are both published, and
Those
I'm
are
putting
both
out a
published.
third one, which I'll share next week. My third single. But I wanted to mention that these three
Well,
singles,
congratulations.
I'm gonna make a tape, and this is the tape.
Is that a cassette?
It is.
Cassettes are coming back.
I'm gonna be doing a
That
tape
gave me
I'm gonna
hives,
sell.
I think.
I'm gonna sell it. All three of those singles on this tape. It's gonna be available on my website, starshipunicorn.com. That's my
Dude, what you should do is when you do the cassettes, is get a little pencil and put that in there too. So in case anybody has to rewind that
Well, that's
for any reason,
I feel
then
like
they
you can.
because
You know-
I don't think can you get a pencil like that anymore?
You should sell that with
Do
a
people
Walkman,
write anymore
so somebody can actually listen to it.
People still have
on a
Walkman.
Walkman?
Anyway, I'm gonna sell it.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a tape recorder.
Yeah.
I listen to some old tapes.
I have a
I listen to like
recording.
band rehearsals from years ago.
In my little
listen to-
studio here, I have a recorder too, a recorder and a player. It's a dual cassette. I just got it.
Oh yeah, I remember that when I was 12. You just had to push them both, you know.
Yeah, you still do. That's
To
still,
dub it, yeah,
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, I'm glad you guys received that so well.
yeah.
was
Congratulations, man!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really.
Published
Yeah.
music artist now. StarshipUnicorn.com.
At a major,
If anybody wants
at a
to-
major, is it a major label?
Well, the label is my own, I guess. You know, that's
What was
interesting.
what was the effort there on those two things? Like, you know, all in one
I mean,
day?
That's,
10,
Was that
15
over
minutes?
a day? 15 minutes, maybe?
I put it on an app on my phone.
that's weeks of work. Also, I mastered them.
I
myself.
will make you one right now.
Yeah.
That's
While we're sitting here.
You
yeah.
think it's easy, but it's not as easy as you think.
It's
No, it's
easy.
exactly as easy as that. Jimmy, what is it? Not Kimmel, the other guy from Saturday Night Live. What's his name?
I don't know. There's been about 1,000 people.
Jimmy Fallon.
Fallon, yeah. He had a guy who makes loops on there, started tapping the cup, and then he's futzing with things literally 5 minutes. It was like 30 seconds. Song.
Yeah.
It was a song. So that's why I was curious.
And he was on Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was asking about it. He was sitting there. So
Just-
there you go.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's your next step.
Just saying. Just saying.
Do some Jimmy Fallon.
I mean, I'm
There
published
you go.
now, and next I'll become very famous. And more singles to come.
More singles.
More singles.
Can't
'Cause
wait.
I have a recording studio now, so.
That's
Well-
the good. I mean, if you just keep practicing, it's going to be perfect. At some point,
We got to
you
slide
gotta
that
put-
on.
you are going to push the right buttons one day in a certain order. And it's going to all work out.
And it'll all
All those
come
zeros
together.
and ones will come together, and the computer will make you the perfect song. You could
That
just
was-
ask it. I think at this point, can't you?
That's what you did. This was an AI thing, didn't it? What's the next?
No,
What
this
do I
was
do
AI.
next?
I didn't use it.
What did I do next?
I did use
Make me
AI.
an
Okay, I
EDM
did use
star.
AI for the
It's
mastering,
just shooting out songs for
but
you.
nothing else.
Call
Only the
this one
mastering.
frozen.
Only the mastering
chicken
I used AI. All that other stuff is my own creativity. So, I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying it
published.
flows right off of me.
I'm saying it's published.
It's published.
I think I'm just teasing you. I love most art, so I think
Thanks.
that's
Any
that's
artist.
wonderful. You
I
do that.
appreciate it.
Express.
That's
Uh,
one thing about you, Gabe. You've always stood constant with is you're always creating something.
Well, you have to. Otherwise, why else exist?
Go mad.
That's it.
Creating is the only way. We were creating this podcast.
Yes.
That's yeah.
It's
Well, it's
something
just I like just hanging out and talking.
Well, I do too.
I'm gonna be recording it. Yeah.
I can't think of the worst thing that's happened.
Right. So, no, you can, because T-Bone had a story that before we started. So,
Oh.
I think this is where.
Yeah, I have received. I got this because I had one and I can't find now. So I was like, if I ever see T-Bone again, I'm gonna give him one of these things because we
Yeah.
talked about it. It's from a company called Palm. This has got a little. It's got
Are
a
you
little.
sponsored now?
Yeah.
I
Can you
guess so.
describe it for the listeners who aren't actually seeing?
It's got a little. It's got a little belt hook there. So
Yeah.
like I put it in my pocket,
What
it
is it?
hangs in there upside down. So when you put your hand in your pocket, you're already ready to go. When you pull it out, you know what I mean?
So right
the
now
spray,
he's showing us a box that looks like Axe cologne or something
Yeah.
like that, and
But it's
it's
not.
something that he
Little-
bought.
But it is Mace. Or is it bear
Pepper
spray?
spray.
Right?
Pepper spray.
Bear spray?
No, pepper spray. This is bear
Okay.
spray.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
This
He's
is
also got
this
a
is when
fire
you.
extinguisher
Dude,
size
I can't believe the size of that thing.
version.
This,
So I
this
watched
one
But
is
there's a
really
reason.
not-
You guys you make fun of me, but there's a reason for this, and
Yeah.
and T-Bone knows exactly.
But yeah,
what the reason is for
I
this.
was at work one day, and we have these rental porta potties, and looked like someone was locked in there because there was a lock on it, and I could see that it was occupied by the little dial that tells you it's red. And so I walked over there, and I'm like, hey, is somebody locked in there? And guys started yelling at me, and I was like, hey, you can't use these restrooms. They're for employees of ours. And he's like, oh, who are you, fucking Andy Gump, and all this shit, and went at it. So,
That's
but I
right.
thought,
I'm Andy
honestly,
Gump.
yeah, but I thought honestly, being the dial was turned, that it was occupied, and there was a lock on it, because normally you have to unlock the lock, go in, turn the dial, and then come out and put that lock back on so no one else uses it. But the lock was on and it was occupied. So when I walk over there, I'm like, hey, is somebody, locked in there? Because it's happened before. Somebody use it and they're not supposed to, and somebody will see the lock sitting there and they'll grab it and lock this person in. I've come back after a weekend, someone's stuck in there over the weekend. It was bad.
How do you
I don't
get?
think
Well,
it's mine.
there's
But
stuff to
anyway,
eat.
so there was a guy stuck in there, and I go to mess with the lock, and I see that someone's cut the thing on one side, so he could get in and turn the thing. So he wasn't really locked in there, but somebody had fucked with the thing and broke it. So, and he saw me, or he felt me trying to open the door, and fucking freaked out. And then he came out of the bathroom, and I had already walked away after that. I just told him I was gonna, call the authorities because he was trespassing. And he started freaking out about that, and probably because I messed with the door. So, and then he came after me, and I saw the security guard was arguing with him, and he's a little security guard. And I walked over there because I didn't want him getting jumped. And, uh, I snapped a picture of him really quickly, and he's like, oh, I said, I'm going to send this to the police right now. I said, you should go. And then he whipped out a fucking machete and started fucking chasing me and swinging. And I'm like, wow. Fucking.
I
Like,
really wish I had some pepper spray this moment.
And so then you called Gordo to
Yeah,
buy
I'm like,
pepper
so
spray.
I'm like running, and I call 911, and then he takes off. But the odd part is they later picked this guy up walking down the street. They picked him up, and I they told me, the police called and said did I want to press charges, and I said yeah. And they're like, all right, well, we got him for assault with a or attempted assault with a deadly weapon, or assault with a
Attempted
deadly weapon.
murder. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So, and I said, okay. And they picked him up. And then, like 2 days later, at the same spot, there's a little Starbucks there, coffee shop. And I see the police fucking around there. And someone saw this guy's machete just sticking out of his bag, like right where I was working. It's like directly, like maybe 2 doors up. And so I don't know if dude was coming back after me, but ever since then, I carry that pepper spray, and I'm fucking just itching to shoot somebody with it. At this
Well,
point,
it's like I said, I watched
but
a
I'm
video, and the
bad.
reason I did that, I watched a video where some individuals were having a little cat fight there, like 7 ladies in the doorway of a restaurant, and cop came by and just sprayed a little bit of this on there, and you wouldn't believe how fast everybody just stops doing what they're doing and immediately just like, I'm sorry. It's like, whatever's going on, that shit gets in your face, just like hostilities are over. That's all over. I just need some water. Yeah. I don't know.
You guys are going militia on me, I could tell.
We're not going militia.
Yes, you are.
No, I just
Gabe's
You
never
guys-
been a...
I've known you guys for a long time.
Yeah.
And when I first met you, you were nice, young people,
Oh,
friendly.
yes. Gone militia.
Now you're becoming full-on Jan 6 militia.
well, you gotta understand that as you
Who buys a fucking fire extinguisher with bear spray?
Well, this is for walking the dog in the morning. Now, what I've seen
Oh my
in
god!
the
just
morning,
for walking
How
dog
dangerous
shit.
is your neighborhood
Shut
that you
up.
have to carry that with you? Where
it's
do you
not
live?
danger.
Hold on. No.
Listen,
No, stop. Where do you live in Los Angeles?
let me explain
No,
to you
where do
about
you live?
skunks. Can I explain to you about skunks and coyotes?
Oh my
Because this is what this is about.
Dude,
This is what that's about. I see them all the time when I walk the dog early.
they Okay, first of all, coyotes run when they see you.
I know they do.
Skunks
And then
are fairly rare and come at night, not when you're walking the fucking dog in the morning.
Well, the
Also,
lights are
what
not.
neighborhood are you in? What neighborhood?
I am in Glendale.
Yeah, Glendale. Glendale's is super safe.
It is. I know.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like one of the
Only
safest parts of the greater
So
Los
was the
Angeles
place
area.
where T-Bone was working. It was plenty safe around
No,
there until somebody
no,
got
that-
mad in a shitter.
No. He was in North Hollywood, not a safe
yeah.
part of Los Angeles.
Rough town, dog.
Yeah,
Anyways,
North Hollywood is rough. You're in, dude.
Didn't you just live right over there, like several years ago?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Gabe, yeah.
Oh, I lived in Van Nuys. Even worse. We
Yeah,
heard
it's a rough-
gunshots a lot. But I mean, the thing is, I still living in Van Nuys, I did not need a friggin' whatever
You
that
did.
is,
You
like
just didn't.
like a tank,
not
like
yet.
a 50-gallon tank of pepper spray to take with me on my walk.
Do you have a dog, Gabe?
Did you indeed walk in Van
have
in Van
to.
Nuys?
I
Did you
would
walk in
walk-
Van Nuys
I would walk
at 4:30 in the morning?
Not at 4:30 in the morning. Who walks at 4:30?
Well, that's what I do. That's what I do before work.
It's because you're
He
fucking
does.
old.
Yeah, when a dog wants to go, got to take
That's
the
because
dog.
you're old. What
It's-
time do you have to leave for work, Gabe?
I leave at about 6:45, 6:30.
Yeah.
And then
Day's
you get
half over when we're just going to lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, by the time you're going, I'm definitely just probably like, hey, I should start getting some lunch, but nothing's open yet.
I'm too young to wake up before 6.
Get used to anything.
I will not.
So, what's the worst thing ever you have, Gabe? Did you have something else in mind?
No, I thought that was a good worst thing ever. The worst
That
thing
is pretty
ever for
bad.
me was discovering that Gordo fucking has a tank of bear spray that he takes on his walk.
Backpack.
He takes a flame. I have to take a flamethrower for coyotes just in
Yeah.
case.
That's
Hey, I
That's
will
the-
tell you right now, he's not joking. Like, I leave for work in the morning in my neighborhood that is just all houses. There's not many trees other than the trees we have in our yards, but I see coyote every morning.
Yeah, they come up to
They're
my
here.
house. I where I live here in Irvine, we have tons of coyotes. They're all over the place. Like,
Yeah.
I go out in the morning. There's one out there walking. We say good morning. He walks off to do whatever they do in the morning. I go to my car. Like, I don't need a flamethrower. So
yes. Well, that is Irvine,
do.
isn't it?
Until you do. And then you're
Until
going to be
you
like,
do.
oh, that
You
flamethrower.
were. Everybody's walking around like nothing's nothing until somebody pulls out a machete and wants to do you bad.
well,
And I'll
you
tell
know.
you one,
in North
if you
Hollywood.
go out there just once and people see you with a flamethrower on your back, they will
Mhm.
remember that, whether you wear that flamethrower.
I was
like,
out there. There was a very dicey individual who kept his eye on me, and I think he noticed that there's something in my pocket, and it wasn't.
Yeah, was he a police officer?
It was my. Well, no, I don't think he was. I really don't.
A dice.
I don't think he has. I don't think he had anything to do with law enforcement. To be honest. And you got a question: who's standing around outside an apartment building 4:30 in the morning, looking like that?
Well,
anyways,
I think this brings us to our final segment today, which
yeah,
is,
we're almost done here. Which
Yeah.
is
does this look infected?
yes,
That all looks nasty.
So, this
yes,
segment,
yes, and yes.
we have 3 pictures. 3 pictures. The first, and we decide whether 1, 2, or all of them are infections. The first one is an eyeball with like some creamy stuff in it. It looks disgusting.
Oh god,
That's a
Yeah, it's
terrible
disgusting.
picture. I actually have nightmares after I do this. Like, find the pictures for this.
You don't, yeah, I mean,
Like last
you're
night,
going
I dreamed
you're
about
taking a little overboard.
the second picture.
Sometimes it's better if people are just listening.
Yeah, you're probably better off listening and not seeing this right now because it's really terrible. The second one, that is somebody's leg with
No, that is gross.
what look like
Whatever that is,
they look like blistery
Boils.
things. They are very swollen and
filled with a pussy beigey red sort of orangish.
I think they're
material?
just filled with water because they look like
That don't look like the water to me, my friend. That looks Infected.
That's
mean,
infected
It's
water.
people water. It's like water
There's a
from inside
color.
of you. So like pee.
Infection has a color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that if infection had a color, that's what it would be. Well, this eyeball, that's
smell.
pretty bad.
Yeah. And the third
And-
third picture is the current speaker of the House, who
Oh, this is the dude in charge of the insurrection, right?
I
The
don't know
guy.
if he was in
No.
charge of it, but
I'm just joking. I don't know.
he's
Yeah.
I'm not talking
he's an
about
he's an election denier and
yeah, he's
he's
terrible.
basically
that.
He's a
basically Jim
Oh,
Jordan.
wait. I remember this dude when all the machines were fucked with. That's the guy from that, right?
Yeah, no, he
Who
was
is
all
this
about
guy?
it.
we were gonna find. Well, wait. So
This is the new speaker?
yes, it is. So
No.
what do you guys think?
I'm saying yes on all of them.
Okay, yes
Obviously.
on all of them. T-Bone.
Yeah, I'm saying yes on all
Okay,
of them.
let's find the answer is
Oh,
Maybe. There's some maybes.
well. It's because I couldn't figure it out.
Dude, those are from mosquito bites?
Yeah, that's it. So
you
it's,
got to be kidding me. That's
You don't think we
disgusting.
should get rid of those things?
So that's an allergic. So the first one is conjunctivitis, also known as pink eye.
Ugh.
That's a terrible thing. We've all had it. The second one, I'm not sure if it's an infection. These bulbous things, they're blisters from mosquito bites, and I wasn't clear on whether that was an actual infection or not because I'm not a physician. So I'm just going with not sure, but I thought they were disgusting, so I put them in. And then
What else would you call it if it's not that?
I don't know.
What else
not
would it
everything
be?
is an infection. It's just it's an allergic reactions, infections, because that's basically what it is. And I don't know if they are or not. So if anybody's a
I don't know.
physician out there listening to us, if anybody listens to us, and you know the answer to whether or not allergic reactions are infections, let us know. And the third one is the most disgusting thing. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, and yes, he's.
Are you not a fan of this dude?
Well, he's an election denier. He's way far right. Like he's a
Yeah, he's
Like-
way far.
like I think religion is fine. People should be Christian or Muslim or whatever, but he's like one of the crazy religious people. So I don't like that. And so yeah. Bad news. He's also from Louisiana, which is a ding against him as well.
What's wrong with Louisiana?
I don't know. Are you from Louisiana or something?
It's very
No.
Louisiana.
I mean, have you been to Louisiana?
What's the worst
I've
state?
been
We're gonna say what state is the worst?
Oh, see, that's a good talk.
That's a good topic.
You want to have that
We
talk?
don't
Some
have
of them.
time for this shit today, but we gotta do
that's,
something about it.
That's pretty good. So, well,
That's a good way to make friends on a podcast too. Like,
Yeah, right.
nobody in Alabama.
well, at least we didn't make the top 10.
Yeah. I think next week we should talk about whether DJs are actual musicians. I like that.
And the worst state.
And then I can also and the worst state. Let's do both of those.
And I also have a question. I still want that answered about whether it's math or maths, plural.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because we're gonna start.
Because the English say maths.
Bonus segment.
We're gonna start a new segment coming soon, which is a math problem of the week. Now this week,
Yes.
I couldn't get my wife to give us a math.
I could do this.
because she was too.
I'll just have my wife do the math problem too. So
Yeah, anybody.
give me the math
But
problem.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna present a math problem to people and have anybody who wants to try and solve it can solve it. And
Next week.
Yeah, we'll start that next week, and eventually, once we have some people listening, we'll probably have prizes. So that's
Because we have sponsors, obviously.
yeah. I mean,
Hey, happy Halloween to you too, my
Happy
friend.
Halloween.
I just wanted to say happy Halloween to everybody because it's in 2 days.
It came from Sam Hain. It's a 2,000-year-old tradition, probably longer than that.
Halloween.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
Sam.
Oh, nice. I like Halloween. I thought this was
I think it should be a fucking holiday, federal
it
holiday.
probably
I think
should.
it should be too.
We can still give the indigenous people, being we just sort of threw them that, so we didn't have to call it Columbus Day. But yeah, I think honestly, I think we need, and this will only help. You know, we changed daylight savings time for what the farmers they say, or I'm not even really sure, but that's the rumor I heard. But I just
Same
branched
thing.
off.
Anyways, we got to wrap.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay. So, thank you for listening. This is it's been a really great. Hold on, everybody. We're not talking about that podcast. You can visit our website. It is now up. Nottalkingaboutthat.com. There's actually a website there where you will find the episodes that we've done previously, and you can get all the slide decks from our also, and so you'll find links to Spotify and YouTube there. And you can also email us at theguys@nottalkingaboutthat.com. And I thank everybody for watching, listening, participating. Thank you guys. This was a good fun, and we'll see y'all back here next week.
Bueno.
Anything else?
Bueno, that's it. We should stick little Easter eggs at the end of these things for the people who get this far.
Well, I have a great one.
What do you got?
My published music.
No. Damn it.
That's a fucking Easter egg?
Hold on.
That's a balut egg is what that is. That's nasty.
All right.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Go out on it. Bye, everybody.